Up everybody, so boys and girls, today we're going to be showing you how to solo carry games in low elo. Now I think you're going to find Kayn is probably one of the best junglers to climb out of low elo with, simply because he has such a strong solo carry potential. Not a lot of junglers are actually specifically good at solo carrying in this current meta. You know what, let me think about what smite I want. Well, into their team, honestly you can go blue or red, that's kind of the flexibility of Kayn right now. I'll probably go red smite, good to stay on top of them. Usually when I play in lower elos, I kind of just like to think about myself as like, obviously you want to play with your team and you want to look to make plays through your team, but the second that you have teammates that start falling behind and start becoming more and more useless, you don't really want to try and help them out. You kind of just want to view them as resources, so like be able to go to their lane and to be able to catch waves whenever they die, or being able to just, you know, catch the shutdowns whenever the enemies get ahead. And I'm going to try and kind of showcase how you're going to do that. But I feel like a lot of teams, or a lot of players, they'll get very tilted whenever they get like bad teammates. But to be honest, bad teammates won't stop you from climbing. Sometimes it'll be tough, and sometimes some games are just too impossible to win. Keep in mind, it's impossible to have like 100% win rate, but learning how to like mitigate those losses and start winning a couple extra games here and there will definitely help you out a lot in climbing. That's one of the most important things to understand, that you're never going to have a 100% win rate. No player in the history of League has ever had like a 100% win rate. They always have like around like, you know, if they're good, like high 50s, low 60s, sometimes 70, 80, you know, it can go crazy. But obviously that's usually when they're smurfing. But how to play like you're smurfing is kind of what I'm teaching you. So first things first, you can kind of path to any lane, but you always want to think about what you should do to benefit yourself the most. So because I do kind of want to go red Kayn here, obviously I can go whatever form I get first, but I think I lean more towards red because they have 3 melees and 2 range, so I'm more likely to get a red form here. I want to look for like this early play top. Now Malphite doesn't necessarily have the best setup, but he does have enough to like bait Jax in. If Jax Q's in here, oh, it doesn't even have Q. Okay, sweet, that's perfect. So I get a flash. And now I can just go get my bot side. So the good thing about Kayn as well is that no matter where you're ganking, you're getting value out of it. Because if I'm ganking top here and getting a sum, I'm also getting orbs, which will like lead to me becoming incredibly strong. So Nunu hasn't really made a play yet. He maybe look to make a play bot, but it looks like he's going to be top here. He farmed his bot side, and now he's going to be farming his top side. I don't have time to get all 3 of my camps because I want to get that scuttle and I want to be like active on the map here. But the way that you're going to path, and like whether you're going to be proactive or whether you're going to farm a lot, you kind of just have to like eyeball the scenario. Me personally, whenever I'm playing Jung, I like to kind of do what I think the enemy is going to do. So if I think Nunu's going to spam ganks early on, I don't path for farm, I path for ganks. Because typically the strength of Kayn is that you can be in lanes faster because how fast you clear and like the angles with your E and whatnot. Alright, we can maybe look for a mid gank here. I don't want to farm Grom because I want to go defend my topside camps here. I'm trying to like get an angle on this. Irelia's playing so far back, I'm surprised. Okay, there she is. Nice. Yeah. Being able to see a champ like Irelia, whenever you're eyeballing like early ganks, you kind of have to bait them through the minions. So being able to see that, hey, she wanted to like walk up for that minion because it was low and she wanted to get her Q stacks. That's kind of when you want to make those types of plays. That's just like a little tip for any junglers that are trying to like understand how to gank better. Obviously the angle is the most important. You have to always approach from behind them. And then second, you know, ideally you have to like make sure that they're going to walk up. So when it's Jax and I'm looking to gank a Jax, I'm waiting for him to Q in because then he's losing out on his disengage, on his getaway, right? So right here he just Q'd in, and he almost got a kill on Malphite here. But at this point, we're gonna just let his mana get low. He might use like his E. I think that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna use his E to try and clear them all faster here. Okay, maybe not. Alright, yeah. So yeah, I went out of vision for a second there so I can get the kill. But just seeing that he used his mana, when I saw him use that W, I was like, oh, okay. He doesn't have enough mana to, like, try and get away out of this. Because he had no flash, I had flash, so I could always just flash on him if he saved his mana for Q. But then he would die because he didn't use his E. So no matter what, he was dead there. So it's all about patience. I have no idea why my chat's so big. If you want to see something cool, you can actually just move your chat. I'm gonna watch mid here. Yeah, a lot of people get mad that I use my function keys a lot, but it's very important to be watching the lanes at all stages of the game because one, I can see like, okay, top is gonna shove in right now because I'm watching the wave. Then mid being able to like eyeball and see how low they are. It's like, okay, maybe I could stop doing my camp and go. Whenever you're, I see some people talk about this and I think it's very like debatable, but people always say like whenever there's something going on, you should always stop your camps and go immediately. You kind of have to eyeball it. Like if you eyeball it and you're like, oh, can I make an impact here? Yes or no? Like that's very important to like kind of understand. Like if you could actually like make an impact, you know, like if I go mid right now instead of doing dragon, could I get a kill? Probably not because we don't have enough mana on Lux and then she just walks this way or that way, right? But just kind of eyeballing stuff like that's very important. I don't have smite here, so this is going to be a little bit stealable for the enemies, I would say. Good thing that they didn't steal it though. Honestly, maybe look for this. Like flashes on her. Oh, if I got that W off, I might have been able to get my form. Alright, so I'm going to get my boots. I'm going to get Warhammer now. I want to also emphasize that one of the most important things you can do to like solo carry games is your itemization. So just understanding the best itemization for Kayn. And fortunately for a lot of you guys, I always come out with my builds and I'm very like transparent what itemization is the best. So red or blue, I always go with lethality mythic to start. So whether, you know, I was going to go blue this game or red this game, obviously I'm going to go red. But I'm going to go Eclipse, and if I were to go blue, I'd go Yumus, so that's going to work out pretty well. I would look to kill top here, but he does have enough mana to get away, and his flash should be up by now. So I'm not going to try and like oversend that or anything. Get a pretty bad idea, I think. Alright, I'll get Rift. Hey, Nunu's on it? Is that Nunu? Yeah, it didn't even reset. Yeah, you can't fight this or do anything about this. I'll fight a shove. I'm gonna ping that I want to do this. See, like I said, sometimes in low reload you can actually play off your teammates. Not a lot of people realize that. I think if we just hit him with anything, he's dead. Because he had no reset there. Now we could just get this, because Malphite still has ult, and Lux has ult. It's actually very smart for both of them to hold on to their ults right there. I was hoping I can get the back to spawn. Sometimes it could spawn like very late, like 1k or 1.1k HP. The back will give you one extra spawn. Unfortunately, it did not. I'm gonna start maxing W now. If you guys haven't seen, that's a new shot I've been picking up. Not maxing my Q first. Eclipse and Control Ward, and we're gonna upgrade our form out of Fountain, because that's what the best Kayn does. But all the best Kayns do. Only real ones know why you do this. Yeah. Good self-ult by Lysandra there. Maybe look to, Actually, I think they get that without me. Be good. I love a rotate by Malphite here. I still do have my my Rift Herald here. Oh, she actually stayed. I think she'll die to that Caitlyn ult. Nice, that's good. Getting a shutdown in the lane that's losing is pretty good because maybe now they'll be like a little bit more self-sufficient. That's kind of how you want to like lead your lanes to be. It's not really winning, but just more so self-sufficient, so you don't have to like play off them too much. obviously you're usually gonna have like a strong laner that you want to like play off of. But see, notice I don't necessarily imply that strategy towards my lane. I imply that strategy towards myself. So like I don't play off a singular laner. I play off getting myself ahead. So I'm gonna gank whatever lanes will get me the most gold, will breed me the most value. But you also have to factor in like sometimes I need to make sure that I'm not just getting gold, but I'm also getting my laners to play the game without me, right? Then I don't have to be holding their hand from start to finish. Let's look to dive this. All good. Alright, we're just gonna get our bot side camps. Drag's in 40 here.
By the way, if this was Karasmai,
Oh,
would unironically win this game.
We'll go back.
Quadruple A, quadruple A, quadruple A.
Appreciate that so much. Thank you. I think I just send this rift mid here, because no one's really around. So once again, like, look, I'm just making selfish plays. I'm looking to, like, CS as much as I can, catching waves. A lot of stuff like that. Like, you'll always notice whenever you see, like, a challenger player, they're always going to have really good CSing. They're always going to have, like, really good itemization. So those are two of the main things that you can kind of, like, implement into your own playstyle. I also kind of want to bait this here. See, she goes 2 over aggro. Taking like bad trades because I still have my ult. A lot of times you can like bait them to go all in if you hold on to your ult. That's kind of what I was looking for there. That's just gonna try and chase me into the jungle and deny me camps, but you don't really even get punished as much for like making silly mistakes if you're playing in the lower elos. It's also harder to bait them because they don't know that they should be punishing you, but you know, I mean, you should kind of be like just glad that they're not doing that because it means you can get away with so much. You could play so like flawed and make so many mistakes. As long as you're like getting a lot of gold on yourself. Up this guy mid Q. Sweet. Still my E, so I'm vibing. Take this red. Because Nunu died, I don't really have to worry about him rushing the dragon right now. Okay, now reset. All lane died again, so see, once again, like, you're gonna always see, like, losing lanes, but I don't see it as losing lane, I just see it as, like, more resources, like, I just see it as me getting more shutdowns. I mean, no one really knows how to itemize until you start reaching like high GM, low chow. And it's very basic stuff to like understand because a lot of people, you don't even need to like think for yourself. You could just like for Kayn, you could just like look at my videos and look at my streams and just copy the same build I go. A lot of the time I'm building the same items. Sometimes there's like, you know, a need for different itemization, but for red Kayn, I mean, you always go Eclipse, Cleaver, Grudge, and get GA. That's it. There's really much like to think about. Alright, he should be on the dragon, which would like entrap him into the pit. I'm gonna smite him just so I can stay on him. So I actually don't need to level up my ult here, but I think I will, just for the lower CD. Oh. Nice. Yeah, I just had to stall for my Lux there. That's good. Actually TP'd for me. That's usually what you want to find. You're not going to find this every game, but you usually want to find the players that you can play off of as opposed to players that you can't play off of. Instead of like greeting for this dragon, knowing I'm low, knowing I don't have ult, knowing that Nunu's around full HP, I'm just gonna like chill with this play and go make a topside play. Cause I get my items, I'm uber strong, I get my plated, I'll get this, I even get even more control wards we put on the map. And see, instead of like letting them make a play back, I completely stop their play and I just go and make another play. That's what a lot of people, they don't understand, is whenever you're ahead and you make a play, you don't understand, okay, what more can I do? If there's nothing, then just chill and go look for a play on the opposite side. Like, okay, I was working down there, now I could work up here, but okay, if my ult's up, I maybe could go back for dragon, you know? Knowing how to like stall for CDs, like, okay, Lux ult is up, Lissandra ult's not up, but it doesn't really mean much. It's really my ult that's the main factor, like, exciting factor of us winning. Alright, now I can get my bot side. I probably should go for Rift, but I want to get blue first because this will like enable me to stay longer on the map. Oh, whoops. My bad. Yeah, so the fact that they weren't able to like do the Rift immediately, normally whenever you're losing an objective, you want to take the opposite objective immediately, and the fact that they didn't do that means they get both here. Means we can get like top tower. Nunu's bot side, so I'm like, you could get my 2 bot side camps, but then he's losing 2 towers top. You gotta just always have to think about like, what are your options? Being a solo carry, you have to be very like persistent with understanding what's a good play and what's a bad play. So it requires like a solid bit of game knowledge. But like I said, if you want to like be good at this game, you have to use your brain a lot. And in my opinion, a good Kayn player is someone who not just understands their champion, but understands all other champions, you know, all these different concepts. Nice. Yeah, I wanted to like hard send them. Got bounced back by the Rift, that's my fault. I wanted to hard send them, but that was actually kind of dangerous because I could have maybe gave my shutdown there if I got like hard CC'd under the tower there. I shouldn't have went so hard for Nami. I thought I'd be able to one-shot her, but I guess I'm not that strong yet. He did come out of lane pretty ahead here. That's probably the whole thing about it. Okay. Looks like Jax is TPing bot. I'll just continue to get my top side camps here. Oh, we can just kill her earlier. I have my ult, so I'm not like worried to fight her or anything. Nice. Didn't necessarily need to use my ult, but it's still good to just make sure that we kill. All right. Alright. I'm gonna get Sweeper now, I'm gonna get Warhammer, I'm gonna get Last Whisper. Getting very strong now, so that's good. Cool. Yeah, so this is kind of like the whole ideology I was talking about earlier, is getting your lane just to be self-sufficient, and they can kind of make plays on their own. So a lot of the times you want to like make plays and like force things, but whenever your team could just like kind of nonchalantly do it on their own, that's how you know this game's gonna be like good for you. Yeah, I don't need to like flash in and kill Irelia, because like a lot of people, they would do like very over aggressive things. I could have ulted for her, but I also want to make sure that Nunu wasn't getting a kill on Lissandra. Because if Nunu dies, I can just take all of his camps. So you have to understand like to just keep punishing and punishing and punishing. Every time Nunu's dead, I could just go into his jungle and take all of his camps. There's no contest. Dragon spawning in a minute. I still have my flash. I still have my ult. So think about how much I really have going for me coming into this situation. And even if I want to be overly aggressive, I could, but I just need to make sure that I'm like doing it at the right times, not when they like have a tower there and whatnot. Right here, I could go in this early, stall for my team. We could fight this. I have a really good angle behind them. Okay, never mind. I thought my team was going to come there. They were too busy on Irelia to dive in on Jinx. I thought I'd be able to stall that because I was in that fight for 9 seconds. And they were like right here. But I guess she didn't want to like go past Irelia. Well, sometimes you can enable them, but they can't do everything, so it happens. Kind of got to work in the mindset of just like understanding when a play is over, it's over, and just focus on the next one. A lot of people, they dwell on like the same play, so like, okay, that didn't work out. Lost my flash and everything, but look at the dragon. We can just like group and fight. Alright, I'm going.
By the way, if this was Karasmai, we would unironically win this game.
I am 34. How did this happen so fast?
My bad. It was close. All good. We get the dragon now. Go do the bear now. Okay, I want to get blue, and now we can do it. The whole thing is that we can like just slowly do this. We don't have to like rush it. Okay, so if Nunu comes, we would just like stop the Baron and deny him. You never ever want to be in a position where it's like a 50-50. You should always just like, if you're the team that's ahead and you're like starting the Baron, you're only 50-50 if you're behind. If you're like ahead, you never want to like really give them the chance to do that. I won't go too overly aggressive here, to be honest. Just like play this slow. Got blue, nice. Oh, I missed. You're trying so hard to bait me, but I just wasting your time because you have to keep in mind with your ult, you're always like way tankier than they think you are. So like I'm 1k HP, but if I get my ult off, I'm gonna heal up like 700. If I get a Q off, I'll heal up like 300. W, I'll heal up. I can get like to full HP if I get like a full combo off. Alright. Yeah, you never really want to try and end the game off of just one inhib alone. Like, one of the most cringiest things I always see is when people have like one inhib and they'll keep pushing in that lane. Whenever you take an inhib, it auto pushes. You don't really need to be there unless you just want to catch the minions. You just let it auto push and you go to the other 2 lanes. Like, right now, we could play like 1 of us top and 4 of us bot. Usually you want to stick the person who has TP there, but Malphite's not going up there for whatever reason. It's fine. You don't want to do it, then all good. All right. He lives, but just also think about how much they're using. They use like Nunu Flash, they use Nami ult, they use Nunu ult. They use so much. Now we also get bot tower. So like you always have to think about stuff like that. Like that's where like being overly aggressive is kind of like a waste, because like if we could just take all that, then you're perfectly fine, right? You don't need to like really do more than that. The hell was that? Yeah, see now this guy's trying to like make us chase him. We don't need to chase him, we can just like focus the base here. Now we just prioritize end of the game. Pretty good. Well, boys and girls learned how to play Kayn, climb out of lower elos. As always, it was a fun time. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you drop a like and a sub. Peace out, YouTube.